LK the Leprechaun, dropping another one. Hit that like button, comment your thoughts and opinions, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all you guys, all the ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, everyone that tune into the channel. This video, gonna be talking about Juneteenth, June 19th. So let's get into this. Juneteenth, officially, Juneteenth National Independence Day is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans, deriving its name from combining June and 19th. It is celebrated on the anniversary of the order issued by Major General Gordon Granger on June 19th, 1865. June 19th, 1865. Proclaiming freedom for slaves in Texas, originating in Galveston. Juneteenth has since been observed annually in various parts of the United States, often broadly celebrating African American culture. The day was first recognized as a federal holiday in 2021 when President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law after the efforts of Lula Briggs Galloway, Opal Lee, and others. Early celebration date to 1866, at first involving church-centered community gatherings in Texas. They spread across the South and became more commercialized in the 1920s and 1930s, often centering on a food festival. Participants in the Great Migration brought these celebrations to the rest of the country during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s. These celebrations were eclipsed by the nonviolent determination to achieve civil rights, but grew in popularity again in the 1970s with the focus of African American freedom and African American arts. Beginning with the Texas by proclamation in 1938 and by legislation in the 1979, every U.S. state and District of Columbia has formally recognized the holiday in some way. Juneteenth is celebrated by the Mascagos, descendants of black Seminoles, who escaped from slavery in 1852 and settled in Coahuila, Mexico. Celebratory traditions often include public readings of the Emancipation Proclamation, singing traditional songs, and all that good stuff. So this is actually a fairly new holiday. Joe Biden put into play, federally recognized federally in 2021. People have been celebrating it. Same with every other holiday. When people celebrating, you know what I'm saying? Just hang out, barbecue, all the good stuff. Let me know, do y'all celebrate Juneteenth? Do you think, you think Joe Biden should have never done it? You think it should have been done sooner? History. On September 22nd, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln announced that the Emancipation Proclamation would go into effect on January 1st, 1863, promising freedom to slaves in all the rebellious parts of the southern states of the Confederacy. Texas was included, but not the federally held territories such as Delaware, Maryland, and West Virginia. Enforcement of the proclamation generally relied upon the advance of Union troops. Texas, as the most remote state of the former Confederacy, has seen an expansion of slavery because of the presence of the Union troops was low as the American Civil War ended. Thus, enforced of the Emancipation Proclamation had been slow and inconsistent there prior to Granger's order. Although the Emancipation Proclamation declared an end to all slavery in the Confederate States, it did not end slavery in the states that remained in the Union. For a short while after that, the fall of the Confederacy, slavery remained legal in two of the Union border states, Delaware and Kentucky. Those who were freed with the ratification of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which abolished chattel slavery nationwide on the 6th of December, 1865. So yeah, that's a lot to take in. They have all types of stuff over here about the Civil War and the Texas slavery. Stuff be wild. On Freedom's Eve, or the eve of January 1st, 1863, the first watch night services took place. On that night, enslaved and free African Americans gathered in churches and private homes all across the country, awaiting the news that the Emancipation Proclamation, man, try saying that 10 times fast, had taken effect. At the stroke of midnight, prayers were answered as all enslaved people in the Confederate States were declared legally free. Ain't that some shit? Union soldiers, many of them who were black, marched onto plantations and across cities in the South, reading small copies of the Emancipation Proclamation, spreading the news of the freedom in Confederate States. Only through the 13th Amendment did emancipation end slavery throughout the United States. But not everyone in the Confederate territory would immediately be free, even though the Emancipation Proclamation was made effective in 1863. It could not be implemented in places still under Confederate control. As a result, in the westernmost Confederate state of Texas, enslaved people would not be free until much later. Freedom finally came on June 19, 1865, when some 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay, Texas. The Army announced that the more than 250,000 enslaved black people in the state were free by executive decree. This day came to be known as Juneteenth by the newly freed people in Texas. Interesting. So, that's my video for Juneteenth. If you celebrate it, happy Juneteenth. If you don't, it's all good in the neighborhood. Yeah, man. Juneteenth, slavery, United States of America. Stuff be crazy. But I will say this, the United States was the first country to abolish slavery and fight against it. So good for them. A lot of countries right now still enslaved. People still fighting for their freedoms. You got people all over. They just, within the past, 10, 20, 30 years, people been getting freed from Britain. Britain always had a strong hold on many other countries, and they still do. So yeah, man, that stuff be deep, and people really don't know what the truth is because it happened so long ago. People right now, they not, we weren't alive back then. Our grandpa, granddaddies, grandmas, mama, daddies, whoop, all that stuff, old school stuff, but it's some crazy stuff that be going on still to this day. And I'm all about my free people, everyone being free and having their own thoughts and opinions. And we see in America today, man, they trying to take our rights away and make us even more slaves. They talk about the 13th Amendment abolishing this or that, but if you go 14th, 15th Amendment, I let you in on a little secret. They didn't free nobody. They just made everybody else slaves. That's why you need a license and a permit for everything you do. A permit is permission to do something. If you free, why you need permission to do something? Permission to go fishing, catch your water from your gutter, rainwater. You need permission to drive, a license to drive. It's messed up, and I could get deep into that. Maybe I'll make another video about that. But that'll be it for this video. Much love, peace, blessings, much gratitude. I'll catch you on the next one.